demoing most of this, so I'll be doing all the poses with you all, but if I get out of the pose, you stay in it. Just try to follow my words. But you'll sit up nice and tall here, and if you want to close your eyes, you can close your eyes and just start to get really rooted and grounded. Like feel your seat pressing into the ground. Maybe shimmy out your spine, whatever feels good, and just start to arrive here. And put your attention on your breath and feel your belly expand out in front of you as you inhale through your nose. And as you exhale, just empty like you're letting go of a balloon. All the air is emptying out. So take a nice deep inhale, maybe pressing your hands on your belly and fill up your belly. And then exhale, release out to your nose. And then go ahead and bring your hands to your heart center. You can come kind of like with your palms pressed, or if you'd rather have your hands on your heart. And we're just gonna roll out our neck, so you'll drop your chin in towards your chest, like you're drawing a line with your nose down to the ground. And you're looking straight down at the floor. And you're stretching out the back of your neck, the back of your head. And then when you inhale, you'll slowly draw a line with your nose all the way up towards the ceiling, opening up your throat, dropping your head back behind you. And one more time, moving super, super slow. You're gonna drop your chin in towards your chest, look all the way down at the ground, and just let your head be really heavy, like let it fall down to the ground. And the last time, draw your nose up towards the ceiling and look straight up at the sky. And then come back to center, so you're at a straight neck, flat neck, and we'll roll out your shoulders. So you'll take a nice deep inhale, bringing your shoulders all the way up to your ears, like scrunch up super, super nice and tight. And then exhale, release out your mouth and just drop your shoulders. One more time, inhale, lift your shoulders up towards your ears, just waking up, moving gently, scrunch up really, really tight, and then exhale, release. Sigh out your mouth. All right, nice job. And then bring your right forearm down to the ground beside you and paint a rainbow with your left hand all the way back overhead, just stretching out the sides of your body, your ribs, and keep your seat rooted into the ground. So you don't want to lift up your hip, you want to try to stay nice and flat. And keep reaching your fingertips overhead. Nice job. And then drop your left forearm down to the ground and paint a rainbow with your right hand all the way up overhead. Good job. And then come back to center, and you'll extend your right leg out to the right and bring your left foot into your right thigh. And sit up nice and tall here. And you decide here, if you'd rather have more of a side stretch, you can grab onto your ankle, your shin, or your foot and reach overhead on your left with your left hand. Or if you'd rather just straight over your thigh and lean forward, that'll be more of a hamstring stretch. So you decide. And I know Jojo's here, he wants to say hi to you, I'm assuming. All right, and then come back to center and bring your right foot in towards your left thigh. And then again, you can choose if you want to reach over sideways or straight over that left foot. Just starting out super nice and gentle. We're warming up our muscles. And while that's sitting down, all right, come on up and you'll plant your hands and come into a tabletop position. So your knees are directly under your hips, your hands are underneath your shoulders. And you decide here if you'd rather have your toes tucked or your feet flat. And really press into the ground. You're gonna keep your arms extended. And on your inhale, you're gonna dip your belly down, reach your chest up, maybe even look up at the sky. This is called cow pose. So you're stretching your shoulders back, you're dipping your belly down. And then on your exhale, you're gonna press the floor away from you, round your spine, tuck your chin into your chest. Nice work. Now really arch your back. This is cat pose. And then one more time, inhale, dip your belly, reach your chin up, your chest up. Really spread your shoulders away from each other. And then exhale, round your spine. Pull your belly in towards your spine. Tuck your chin into your chest. Nice work, and come back to a neutral spine, and we're gonna just wag our hips side to side. So you're gonna bump your hips over to the right and look over your right shoulder. So it's like kind of a micro stretch. You're not doing much here, but you're just bumping your hips to the right and looking over your right shoulder. And then you'll wag your hips over to the left and look over your left shoulder. Nice work. And then come back to center. You're gonna plant your hands into the ground, tuck your toes, lift your knees up, and then lift your hips up and press the floor away from you for downward facing dog. So you can keep your neck down. You're in this upside down V shape, a triangle shape. Maybe you want to pedal out your feet, bending a knee, kind of walking in place, or you can wag your hips side to side, but keep pressing the floor away from you to reach your hips higher. Like imagine there's a string tied around your waist and someone's pulling it up towards the sky. Nice work, and don't forget to breathe here. And then when you're ready, you're gonna start to walk your hands back towards your feet. So you're in kind of a forward fold position, all the way at the back behind you. And then you're gonna walk your hands back towards the front of you for downward facing dog. And then one more time, slowly walk your hands back to your feet, and you're working hard. And then walk them straight out in front of you, back to downward facing dog. Starting to build heat here, I can't talk. And getting warmed up. And then when you're ready, you'll look forward at your hands, bend your knees, and hop or step to your hands. Nice work, and stay low. You're gonna point your hips up towards the ceiling and go ahead and grab opposite elbows. And your feet can be together or apart here, and you're gonna drop your neck and just start to sway side to side. This is called ragdoll forward fold. You can shake your head yes, shake your head no. Like anything that you wanna let go of here. Anything you're holding on to. If you want to bend your knees, you can bend your knees. And then release your hands, and slowly, one vertebrae at a time, you're going to roll all the way up to
how come I can't hear her?
Into extended mountain pose. Reaching straight up overhead. Yeah, maybe you interlace your hands, interlace your fingers, get high up on your tiptoes. Nice work. And then exhale, bring your hands down to the ground. And we'll do that whole sequence one more time. So it's called a sun salutation. You're gonna take a nice deep inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands through to heart center, hinge from your hips, dive over your legs for a forward fold. And then you're gonna slide your hands up for a halfway lift, so your spine is straight. Plant your hands and step it back for a high plank. So you're in a push-up position. This can be on your knees. And then lower down all the way. Reach your chest up for cobra, low cobra, baby cobra. Yeah, pull your shoulders away from you. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Nice work. And then reach your right foot up towards the ceiling. And just start to roll out your right ankle. So your leg is straight, but you're rolling out your ankle. And then take a huge step with your right foot all the way to meet your right thumb. And you're gonna spin your back heel down, keep your hips low, and reach up for warrior one. Nice work. So you're bending into that front knee, your back leg is straight, your back leg is active, and your hips are towards the front of the room, like as if you had headlights and they're pointing straight overhead. And imagine a nice big beach ball in between your hands. Good work. And then exhale, your hands down to the mat, and you're gonna just step it right back to downward facing dog. And take a nice deep breath here and reach your left leg to the sky, straight back behind you. Start to roll out your ankle, maybe moving one direction and then the other. And then take a nice big step with your left foot to meet your left thumb. Spin your back heel down, keep your hips low, and reach up for warrior one. Nice job, girls. Yeah, keep a bend in that front knee, like as generously as you can. I know it's a lot of work. Good job, and keep your fingertips active. And then you're gonna plant your hands and frame your left foot. This time you're just gonna step your right foot to meet your left. Taking a halfway lift again, straightening out your spine. And then exhale, release, forward fold. This time you're gonna slide your palms underneath the soles of your feet for gorilla pose. So your toes are where your wrist creases are. If that makes sense. Yeah. And you can bend your knees here or just sway side to side. Just opening up the backs of your hamstrings. All right, and then release your hands and gently roll all the way up to stand. And we're gonna do some standing balancing poses. The first one is eagle, and it looks super complicated, but I promise you it's not. You're gonna reach your arms up overhead, and you're gonna bring your right hand underneath your left and grab your left palm with your right palm. So I'll show that one more time. So you're reaching up overhead and then bring your right hand, cross them over, bring your right hand underneath your left, and then grab your palms. Awesome. And if you can't do that, you can just give yourself a nice big hug. And then you'll bring your right knee in towards your chest and then cross it over your left thigh. See if you can try to wrap your big toe behind your left calf. It might not get there, but just try. It's okay if you fall. Try to look at one point in front of you and see if you can bring your elbows up to your shoulder points. Nice job. Hug into your center line. Yeah, try to balance. And then exhale, release, bring your arms up overhead. It's okay if you fall. And then you'll bring your left arm underneath your right, grab onto your palms. And you'll bring your left knee in towards your chest and cross it all the way over your thigh. And this side might be different. You might be able to wrap your big toe around your calf or maybe not. Yeah, really root down into your right foot. Notice where you're looking. Try to sit a little deeper. Good work. It's okay if you fall. That's part of it. All right, and then gently unfold. And you're gonna take a nice big step, like a wide stance, wherever you're at. And then you can choose if you want your hands at your hips or interlaced back behind you. So you're just grabbing onto your arms behind you. And you'll reach your chest up. And from your hips, you're gonna hinge straight overhead. And let your arms come back overhead if they're interlaced behind you. If they're just at your hips, you can let them go to the ground. But wherever you're at, you're gonna let your neck go, just release your head down towards the ground. It might not get to the bottom, you're just where you're at. And the wider you go with your feet, the closer your head will be to the ground. Nice work. All right, if your hands are interlaced, you'll gently release them down to the ground. Walk your hands over to your right foot, and you're gonna sit nice and low in that right foot and spin your left heels up towards the sky. So you're kind of in this low lunge. Yeah, keep your toes pointing up. You should feel a stretch in your hamstring. And then start to walk your hands back to center and shift the weight over to your left foot. Pointing your right toes up towards the sky. Yeah, sit nice and low, maybe reach your chest up. Nice work. And one more time over to the right, stretching out your left hamstring, reaching your toes up, pulling your toes towards you. And then one more time over to the left, straightening your right foot up and towards the sky. All right, and come back to center and just gently come onto your bottom, onto your seat. And you're gonna plant your feet into the ground, let your knees come up towards the sky, and let your back fall behind you. And I'm gonna give you two options. I'll show you. So if you wanna look first and then lay down after. So you decide here if you'd rather do bridge. You're gonna bring your hands by your sides, press your feet into the ground and lift your hips up. This is called bridge pose. Or if you wanna try wheel, you're gonna be extra super careful. We're gonna bring your fingers pointing towards your shoulders, and you're gonna press in towards your feet, lift your hips up, and then see if you can lift your head up off the ground. You might not get there today, and that's okay, but you decide here, bridge or wheel, both are perfect. Yeah, you go ahead and try that. Awesome, girls, that looks awesome. And then if you're up and wheel, gently come on down, tuck your chin into your chest. Nice work. Yeah, just let yourself breathe, and we'll do that one more time. So you can lay down on the ground, just let yourself rest. And on a count of 3, when you're ready, you'll lay your hands down, you'll bring your hands by your ears, and then either lift your hips up for bridge, or go all the way up to wheel. Yeah, really press into your feet, lift your hips up. See if you can get your head up off the ground. Nice work. And gently lower all the way down and let the soles of your feet come together, your knees out wide. You can lay your head and neck down onto the ground. And bring one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And a lot of times those are called back bends, bridge and wheel. Those are very energy filled, they exhilarate us with a lot of oxygen, a lot of blood flow. So if you feel super energetic and hyper right now, that's kind of what those do. But you're gonna wanna try to bring it in, bring it back to your breath, and see if you can feel your belly rise and fall. Just start to slow down. And you'll hug your knees in towards your chest, so close your knees like a book and hug them nice and tight. And then you're gonna grab onto the inner outer parts of your feet for happy baby. So you'll start to pull your knees in towards your armpits, but you're holding onto the bottoms of your feet. And point your feet up towards the sky. And try to keep your neck and your lower back relaxed. Yeah, and you can rock side to side here. Maybe straighten out a leg, whatever makes your baby happy. Nice job. And you'll keep your right foot in your right hand and extend your left leg out in front of you for a half happy baby. You can decide if you want your left foot straight or if you want to bend it and have your foot on the ground. If you want a more intense stretch, you'll have your left leg straightened out. So you're grabbing onto that right foot and your left leg's extended. Yeah, and keep pulling your right knee into your right ribs, your right armpit. And then gently switch. You'll bring your left knee in towards your chest, grab onto that left outer part of your foot, and extend your right leg out in front of you, or just do the other side, doesn't matter, right or left. And keep focusing on pressing your right hip, your right thigh in towards the ground if you can. It'll give you a deeper stretch. Nice work. And then release your foot from your left hand, and you'll bring both knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze, and just start to rock front to back along your spine. Just massaging out your spine. Yeah, and then you're gonna come all the way up onto your seat and come into boat pose. So in boat pose, your shins are parallel with the ground, and you can decide if you want to hold on to the backs of your thighs, or maybe for an extra challenge, you'll let go. Working out your abs. Nice work. Keep pulling your chest in towards your thighs and see if you can hold it. For 5, you got it. 4, nice work. 3, 2, and 1. and release and come onto your seat. Nice job. You guys are working super hard. And we're gonna take butterfly. So you'll bring the soles of your feet together just like what we did laying down, but this time we're sitting up, and you'll let your knees fall open. And you decide here, yogi's choice, if you wanna keep your feet in closer towards you or further out. Yeah, and keep working on pressing your knees down to the ground. And if it helps and you just wanna curl up and then down, or moving faster or slower, there's no right or wrong. You decide, but keep your spine nice and tall. Nice job. And then when you're ready, you'll inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And then exhale, just round your spine, hinge from your hips. See if you can fold forward wherever you land. Yeah, letting your head be heavy, letting your neck be heavy. And anytime you're feeling stressed or anxious, forward folds are really helpful in slowing down your nervous system, slowing down any feelings of anxiety. So just try to look down at your feet, try to keep your spine rounded. And gently come on up. Good work. Now we're gonna open up our hips a little bit. So you'll bring your feet flat onto the ground one more time, your knees up towards the sky. And you'll bring your hands back behind you and cross your right or your left foot over your right knee. So it kind of looks like you're hanging out at the beach, like you're just chilling. But you'll flex your left foot, and if this is enough of a stretch, just reaching your chest up. And you should feel it in that hip. If you want a deeper stretch, you'll pick up your hips and walk them closer to your right foot. You keep your chest pulling up towards your thighs. Yeah, awesome. And just breathe here. And keep pressing your left knee towards the floor. You shouldn't feel any like stinging or sharp pain. It should be a little uncomfortable, but it's comfortable discomfort. All right, gently unwind your left foot and you'll cross your other ankle over your knee. So your right ankle over your knee. And this side might be totally different. You might feel a lot tighter, you might feel a lot more open. But you'll flex your right foot, and again, if you want a deeper stretch, you'll pick your hips up and press them towards your left foot. Yeah, and maybe spider finger your back hands to help you reach your chest up taller. Good work. Yeah, we're releasing all the stress, all the tension in our hips from sitting down, from not being as active. You know, sometimes it's hard to be in stillness, and that's okay. All right, gently unwind. And we're almost on our backs, but you'll sit up nice and tall, bringing your chest in towards your thighs, and extend your pointer fingers out long. We're gonna do one last ab workout, one last ab challenge. You're gonna slowly keep your feet planted, but you're gonna slowly start to lower all the way down. And the moment you want to just drop down, you're going to hold it and firm up your belly. Yeah, keep slowly lowering all the way down. Nice job. Until you're all the way down onto the ground. Nice work. And you'll bring your feet together, your knees out wide one last time. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And just start to check in with your breath. Notice how you feel. Notice any thoughts, any expectations you had, just let that go. And try to just focus on the ground, the feeling of the ground supporting you. Feeling of your back and your spine. Feel your hand to heart connection, your hand to belly connection. Maybe closing your eyes here. Know that anything you feel during these times is perfectly okay. You're not expected to be okay all the time. But whoever you are, wherever you are, you are enough, you matter. Let that really sink in. All right, and then you'll bring your right knee in towards your chest and extend your left foot straight out in front of you. So you're still laying down on your back. Now really hug in your thigh. When you're ready, you'll start to cross your right knee all the way across your body until it reaches the ground. So you're in a twist. If you have this space, if it's a little hard, you can stagger. Yeah, and your right arm can be extended like a T out by your side, or you can cactus your arm, maybe look over your right shoulder. Just a gentle twist on the floor. Just rinsing out, wringing out from all that hard work today. All right, gently come on up and you'll hug your left knee in towards your chest, extend your right foot out in front of you, and pause here and really hug your thigh in towards your chest. And then when you're ready, you'll cross it all the way over till it reaches the ground, extending out your left hand, maybe looking over your left shoulder. Like, notice if your mind is wandering, notice what you're thinking about. Just let it come back to the present moment, back to your physical body, back to what's happening in the room around you. All right, and you'll gently come back to center, and it's time for my favorite pose. You'll hug your knees in towards your chest, give yourself the biggest hug of the day. Really squeeze in, maybe bring your chin in towards your chest, and then exhale, extend your legs out completely, your arms down by your side. So you're just in a final resting pose. It's called Shavasana. Your palms are facing the sky, your feet are just open like a book. Your head and neck are heavy. If it's more comfortable for you to have your hands on your belly, that's perfect too, wherever you feel right in being. But wherever you are, you'll close your eyes here. And your only job is to simply rest, to simply lay down and just be. You don't have to work hard here. You don't have to use any strength. You're just allowing yourself to be. And sometimes it's really hard to just sit still. I know for me, when I feel stressed or when I have a lot going on, the hardest thing is to just show up and do the work and then sit there in my thoughts. But what helps me is focusing on my breath and knowing that it's okay to feel distracted. But like, this is just your time, like your experience, whatever's happening. When you're ready, you'll gently start to bring awareness into your body, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, maybe stretching your arms back behind you like it's the first good morning stretch of the day. And then when you're ready, you'll roll over to a comfortable side, coming into a fetal position, just letting your palms like be pillows underneath your cheek, resting on a comfortable side, yeah. Moving slowly. Then with your eyes closed or open, you decide you'll come on up to a comfortable seated position. And bring your hands to heart center if you feel comfortable doing so. And I'm super, super happy you were here doing yoga. I know times are weird, so keep taking care of yourself and hopefully you'll be back soon. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.